All right, guys, we'll get started in just a couple minutes. All right, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy April 5th. How's everybody doing? This is our final Q&A for the lead gen course. If some of you guys are so brand new to this group, because this Facebook community has been growing by leaps and bounds, just wanted to remind you that we are wrapping up today, technically sometime tomorrow. I am going to be taking all the content down, guys, and just really want to say congratulations. Pat yourself on the back for a job well done if you were able to complete this course. And even if you got through a majority of it, I recognize that it was, kind of a big deal, right? A big commitment. Some of you guys were like me on spring break, Easter holidays, if that impacted you. I figured actually a lot of people had time off. So it's easier to get through things when you have time off. Hey, Julian. Hey, Marlene. Hey, Scott. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Good job. And I love it. Marianne, you just made me smile with all of your emails and your testimonials. And I will tell you this, guys, if you want, go ahead and start asking your questions. But I just want to acknowledge all of you. And I would love for any of you that feel led. I did send out the post survey for this course. So fill out the survey today and win. So fill out the post lead generation survey today. It was sent out this morning, Pacific Standard Time. And if you fill it out today, Monday, I'll give you a $50 credit towards any of my coaching products, tools, or services. So please fill out the survey, post lead generation course survey, because this is the deal, guys. You got in at a great time. I don't know when I'll do this again. It's a fair amount of work to put on a live challenge like this. So I'm so grateful that each and every one of you that came through it completed it. And not only if you fill out the survey, if you can give me a video or written testimonial, video or written testimonial, and since it's maybe takes a little more time, and I don't want you to rush through it. If you give me a video or written testimonial this week, I will also give you another $50. And I know some of you wrote feedback inside of the survey, but I'm going to need a headshot if it's written. And I really want you to put thought into it. I read through some of the feedback surveys and I could tell that they were kind of rushed. No judgment, nothing wrong. I would just want the testimonial to be emailed to me this week. I want to be able to, if it's a video, I want to be able to upload it into my YouTube channel so you'll get some free marketing. And I'll put you on the evergreen. You got to have a specific and measurable result. You got to say, before this class, this is where I was at. Because of this class and Coach Lois's teaching, now I have blank. So there's got to be something measurable. Hey, David. Hey, Sandy. Welcome. There's got to be something measurable in that testimonial. So if it's a video, make sure I can upload it into my YouTube video so you can share it via Google Drive or however you do that. And then if it's written, I want a preferred professional headshot and your company name along with your city and state. And if you have any questions about that, as you know, reach out to me. And I wouldn't worry about that today. Get through the content, because once it disappears sometime tomorrow, Tuesday, I don't know if it'll be morning, afternoon, evening. I'm at the mercy of my virtual assistant. So we will be taking it down and selling it for $497. So super glad you guys are here. This is your time. This is your time to ask questions. I will be announcing the winner, two winners. So again, the first place prize winner, and I actually have 4 names written down just in case. You got to be present to win, just in case. If they're not here, and I'm not going to even say anything, I'm not going to say whether or not all 4 people are here right now, must be present to win. So this is your chance to ask questions. If there's no questions, I'll go ahead and announce the winners. And again, they had to be present to win. So I have 4 names just in case. The first person, you know what? I'm sorry if you're not here and you were the first person to complete all the homework, send me the secret URL and all the things. You won't win if you're not here. By the time I announce it too, you have to be here and comment below when I say your name. Otherwise, the next person's going to get it. All right, here we go. Julian has a question. When collecting leads between LinkedIn and Facebook, what would be the difference? Wow, that's a great question. I would say there's not much of a difference if you follow the rest of the training. So remember, a lot of this can be used on Clubhouse. It could be used in any Instagram. It can probably even be used on meetup.com, Pinterest. I don't know all of those platforms, but lead generation is pretty universal online. I say pretty because I'm not an expert on those platforms. And if you find someone who's an expert, like I love Facebook and LinkedIn. I love Facebook and LinkedIn. I had 240 people sign up for this course, and 90% of those came from Facebook and LinkedIn. So there's really not a huge difference as long as you follow the rest of the steps, right? You know, who's your ideal target market? Are you going into groups? Are you doing the bait posts in groups or doing it on your own like profile and page? Are you getting them permission inside of the private messaging and developing that trust and rapport, getting them into your email list? It's really not any different. That's been my experience, Julian. So I think maybe the only difference is, and I do know this, I heard this recently, is that LinkedIn is becoming way more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not legalistic, but LinkedIn is becoming way more selective about chatbots and all of these different things. That's why I don't coach on Facebook ads. I don't coach on bots. I do have access to text campaign platforms and all of that kind of stuff. But I do believe it's better to hire a virtual assistant like I have and allow them to do some of that organic permission-based lead generation for you. So Julian, I hope that helped. Marianne, where do I do the live video for you? So you're probably going to do it on your phone. You can just do it on your phone. You can do it on Zoom. I won't coach you on the technology piece. You're probably going to need someone to help you, but if you've never recorded something on your phone or you've never recorded something on Zoom, have a friend help you. You know, you're traveling, I know, maybe when you get to your destination, Marianne, have someone else record it and upload it into Google Drive. That would be my suggestion. If you can also upload videos on your phone. If they're only 60 seconds, I don't want a long video, guys. 60 seconds is great. 60 seconds is fantastic. You can even upload it into Facebook Messenger from your phone. Yeah, see if you can have someone help you, Marianne. Otherwise, just do a written with a headshot. David had a question. Would it be better to have an email campaign before you? Nope. Nope. That's the biggest fear. Everyone thinks I got to have everything figured out before I have the list. No. And David, I'm going to give you grief because you've heard me answer that question before. I built my email list while I built content and emailed it out. I had 0 email campaign when I built my list from 0 to 2,000. I didn't have an email campaign, if I'm honest, until probably like, I don't know, maybe 3,000 people in. Now, keep in mind, maybe I'm misunderstanding your definition of email campaign. Email campaign for me is your welcome nurture series, which you can purchase a welcome email nurture series from me and personalize it. I do have that on my resources page, but don't believe that lie. All I did was email out weekly inspirational podcast episodes. I emailed out, hey, I have a webinar, come and attend, it's free. But I didn't have a nurture campaign. So build a list, they will come. The email campaign will come. As long as you drip on them and create value, that's the most important thing. It's just like the, I teach that 8x8. So you could do 1 email a week for 8 weeks. And I can almost guarantee you'll have some sales at that end of that. All right. So I hope that answered your question, David. And if I misunderstood, please rephrase it. If I haven't used LinkedIn yet, would you advise I start trying to learn that now? Definitely, if it's a great question. If you don't have a virtual assistant, Marlene, that can help you with the permission-based stuff, just focus on Facebook for now. Test it, perfect it, then you can add LinkedIn. That's one of the things that I learned is oftentimes we chase too many things. I had a gal who was trying to build 2 businesses simultaneously, 2 very different businesses. One was a network marketing business and a coaching business. And I got to tell you, you're not going to succeed at either one. So same thing with Facebook and LinkedIn. The only reason I do both is because I have a virtual assistant helping me. Otherwise, it could suck you dry. And master one and then add the second one. And or hire a virtual assistant. I have great ones for $7 an hour that you can hire, and they can duplicate what you did on one platform on the other. And again, I use those 2 platforms because they're pretty complementary, and most people are on both. So even if someone says, well, I'm not on Facebook, then they're on LinkedIn. If they're not on LinkedIn, then they're on Facebook. But master Facebook, feel good about it, get going, get some income going, and then add LinkedIn. So I hope that helps. Hold on a second. Sweet. Yay. Sorry, it doesn't show me your name. Lois got me to use LinkedIn. Now I have 30 contacts. I didn't use LinkedIn before. That's awesome. All right, just to make sure, is it pretty intuitive or takes time to learn? Which one? Just making sure. I don't know what it is. Let me know just so I'm clear. Yeah, this is the other thing, guys. This is why you don't just focus on Facebook or LinkedIn. You got to build that email list. So again, Facebook and LinkedIn are not your CRM. Facebook and LinkedIn are not your CRM. So you got to make sure that you get that CRM. And again, if you have questions, don't sign up for it, but this is, if you have questions about the low cost, now this isn't for everyone, okay? But if you have questions about my affordable CRM tool that also does email and social media posts and can capture your leads with landing pages, you can go to getleadswithlois.com, but please don't sign up for it just because I'm posting that up there. Please don't. Talk to me and ask me questions because it may not be a good fit for you. There's a lot of options out there, and I don't want to coach on the technology here. Shoot me an email or a message on Facebook or LinkedIn, however we've been communicating, or my VA may have been communicating with you. You got to have an email list or a CRM, a client relationship manager, just in case something happens and you don't have access to Facebook anymore. And Facebook and LinkedIn are always changing. So the skills that you guys have developed through this course are just as good offline as they are online. If you can make good money, even 4 figures a month using these techniques that I taught you, online, you're going to crush it offline because it's very interchangeable. It's very duplicatable. Okay, cool. How many hours does a virtual assistant take? How many hours can you say you value your time to take things off your plate? So I did a podcast called The Pareto's Principle, and you should only be focusing on lead generation, like lead generation and follow-up. That's your 20%. 80% of your incomes come from 20% of your activity. Now, there's a lot of things like landing page creation, email checking, social media follow-up. I needed to get that off my plate because I make way more money focusing on lead generation and focusing on building trust and rapport. So I actually have one full-time virtual assistant that does 40 hours a week, but I didn't start there. And then I have a consultant specialist who specializes in Infusionsoft and my affiliate software. And she's probably about, 20 hours a month, independent contractor. I started out with the one that I have now full-time. I started out because I wasn't sure. I had this lie that said, oh, I don't think I'm ready for another virtual assistant. I need to do everything myself, right? But the cool thing is everything I'm teaching you in this course can be outsourced to someone like my agency that I work with. I started out with 4 hours a day, and before you know it, poof, it was used up. So from December, January, February, I did 4 hours a day, and then I just upgraded to 8 hours a day because now I have way more leads, way more clients, way more people to serve, and I don't want to be flaky. How many people in sales are flaky and bad at follow-up because they think they have to do everything themselves? You'll never get to 5 figures a month. Just write that down. If you want to hit 5 figures a month consistently, you have to have a virtual assistant. And to be honest with you, I didn't hit 4 figures a month consistently without having a virtual assistant either. So just throwing that out there because I care. And it's a true story. Like I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for that virtual assistant. So thank you for clarifying. Marlene was talking about, is LinkedIn fairly intuitive, right? Is LinkedIn, right? I'm just going back here. I would say, let me compare. Let me give you an example and you tell me if this is helping you answer your question. So I mastered, for the most part, Facebook with posts, permission-based conversations in Messenger, Facebook events to invite people to webinars. And then I just rinsed and repeated and duplicated over on LinkedIn. So it was very, very duplicatable. Very, very duplicatable. All right. Oh, yeah. I could do a whole course, Marlene, on the 8x8. And you're already in my Transform Your Sales Monday class that you signed up with Kathy Demers through her program. So that is part of that course. It's part of what I teach on week 4, the fortunes and the follow-up. I started out at 8 emails, 1 per week, but then I quickly compressed timeframes because of the attention span of most people, right? So a lot of times I even hear it during this course, like, oh, Lois, I wish I wouldn't have hired this last coach. I'd rather spend this money on you. There's a lot of shiny objects called coaches and courses and programs out there. 8 weeks may not be enough. I mean, maybe too long of time. You need to compress timeframes. So I actually recommend 8 touches in 8 days. If that's too much, 8 touches in 4 weeks. And you create it and you just keep duplicating it, testing it, testing it, testing it. And absolutely, my whole process through this course has been 8x8. If you really go back and study it, it was an 8x8 in and of itself. But everyone's got to create their own 8x8. Fortune is always in the follow-up. One of my touches, and I'll just throw this general reminder out there, my calendar is almost booked solid for this week. I may have 1 or 2 openings. So if you were wanting to check out my coaching programs, all of the options, because I can't quote prices here because I have so many options. I will tell you my prices are going to double, if not triple, later this month. So if you wait till next month, you'll be paying double or triple my current prices. But this is a sales call, right? This is an opportunity to possibly do business for me, but otherwise you get a free one-on-one experience of coaching, no strings attached. All part of my 8x8. But I didn't start there. I had to fail and make a lot of mistakes along the way. So I hope that answered your question, Marlene, but you're already in my course, so we will definitely be hitting that the next few weeks. Oh boy, I just lost. Here we go. So how deep into the initial DM conversation do you have your VAs go? It's a good question. I don't know if I have enough time to answer that question. And the real answer is it depends. So I do have my VAs screenshot things that they don't feel comfortable answering. And I've taught them that that's what they need to do because this is still about me developing that relationship. So at the very least, 3 to 4 back and forth exchanges. And the whole goal is to get them into my Facebook community, my email list, or even possibly on a sales call. So that's the goal, Julian, for my VAs is to get that person into my Facebook community or my email list. And then I take it from there because I have a system that took me about 6 months to build. That's why I have 6 and 12-month programs, because you can only do so much in a 4 or 5 week program. So it depends on the person. It depends on what is going on in the moment as well. So like this course, I had her do more because there was way more people, right? On a regular week, maybe only 1 or 2 messages, maybe 3. Awesome. Hey, Deborah. We got people from Nigeria. We got Nigeria, Uganda, the UK, Pakistan. Yay, Julian, started the 12-week year audiobook today. Fantastic. That's the prize number 2, isn't steak knives. If you've ever seen Glenn Ross, you'll understand that's a really bad joke. But prize number 2 for the second person who turned in their homework and did all of the right things gets a 12-week year planner. So you can write your vision, you can write out your schedule, your tactics, review every single week for 12 weeks. And I guarantee you'll make way more money than without. And then first place is going to win the $500 coaching credit towards a coaching program of your choice, or coaching one-on-one. We'll figure that out later. All right. So if you haven't, read that book. It's pretty awesome. I'm certified to train on it, and so grateful because it changed my life. Much more efficient and effective. Who decides how much time a VA needs to finish the task? I did a podcast episode on that, Adil. I don't know if you can go back into my podcast and look for the virtual assistant one. I do coach on this. So my clients that are in group coaching with me, the higher ticket ones, they'll get coached on this, especially the 6 and 12 month groups, because it takes time to lay the foundational bricks. But you can hire a VA pretty quickly, especially the ones that I work with. They're $7 an hour, so pretty affordable. And so you really want to find someone with experience, someone who's been trained, who's humble, teachable, and coachable. And I would say at least, if you can, 2 years experience. And I prefer the agency that I go through. I can introduce any of you guys to the agency that I go through, because ultimately, you just never know what you're going to get. And these guys, if you're not satisfied, they'll even switch you to a different VA, but they're awesome. They're really good. They work with you, and they're very coachable and very, very experienced and very, very good. Very, very good. So you'll probably figure that out through the journey, because I've worked with VAs off and on for, almost 20 years. And I actually had to hire a not so great one to figure out what I really needed and wanted, and the time expectancy to get things done. You just inspect what you expect. You set goals, and if they don't meet them, you fire them. You're slow to hire, quick to fire, but you definitely want to be able to have one. Hey, Sean. All right, let's see here. Do you recommend a class or someone to help write email sequences and landing pages that convert? They can be pretty expensive. What I coach and train on is more important about the strategy and the tactics. Because you can have the best copy, you can have the best landing pages, but if you don't figure out your dream customer, your target market, and the permission-based conversations to get the landing pages and the emails in front of them, you're just going to have a bunch of unsubscribe rates. I hired a copywriter last year. I did do that, but it didn't convert a lot. It was converted more when I got the system that I'm teaching you perfected, and it's still probably not perfected. So don't get caught up. That's why I keep saying this. I'm not going to train you on the technology here, because that's second. Some technology people might disagree with me, but it's also very expensive. The landing page and email campaign platform that I use, they have really affordable. It's almost like their own built-in geek squad that can help you with the email copy and the landing page building. But also, I do coach on that inside of my programs also. And I have, if you go to, let me see here. If you go to my resources page, I have some great recommendations for you that are affordable. Because remember, I spent a lot of money. If you saw day 4, where I talked about the thousands and thousands of dollars I spent, and I even signed contracts with copywriters that were total, okay, maybe not a total waste, but a decent waste. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, we're talking $2,500 a month. So, oops, that's not what I wanted to show you. Forgive me on that. And we're almost getting to the end here, guys. We got 3 minutes, and then I'm going to announce the winner chicken dinner. They got to be present to win. If you go to loiscovey.com/resources, that has a great email writing copy course that's super affordable. Go to the email and marketing section. It also has my email swipe copy that you can have emails done for you. You just got to tweak them, edit them for your industry in your voice. So I would highly recommend going to my resources page and going to the email and marketing section, because that'll help. All right, I got time for maybe one more question. Oh yeah, Marianne, just shoot me an email, guys, because right now I'm focused on answering questions. I can introduce you to the agency. Profitable introductions, right? I want to introduce you, not just give you the name of the agency. I want to introduce you so they can consult you, and they'll tell you if it's not a good fit or a good time for you to hire them. So shoot me an email and request, hey, can you introduce me to your virtual assistant? Yeah, Adil, there's no benchmark. That all depends on a lot of variables. I wish I could quote benchmarks, and they should be able to do a landing page, I guess, maybe in 30 minutes or less if they're good, but it all depends on what you have them do. Since you're promoting products, David, let's talk about that in the course. You're already in my 6-month program, because that's a long answer. It depends is the answer. Awesome. Yes, 100%. Yeah, not perfect, but it's still working, and you're making money and progressing and getting better. 100%. 110%. So thank you, guys. I want to honor the time, because I have one final announcement or reminder. If you haven't already, if you see value in my courses and you want to market and get paid for your referrals, please sign up at kofieaffiliate.com. I have a dream of giving away 6 figures in income to my affiliates this year. I'm looking to have over 500 affiliates by July 4th. Talk about freedom. Independence Day is my passion, is help you find and create freedom. And it's not a distraction. It's literally just inviting people to any webinars or free courses that I do. So it's not meant to be a distraction, and it's not for everyone. So don't worry about it. So let's go ahead and announce the winner chicken dinner. So I'm going to say the first person. If they don't comment, actually, let me do this. So I'm going to do second place first. So I saw actually 3 out of the 4 people, I believe, that said something. So I know you're here. So I'm going to go with who could be second place. All right. Second place again wins this. This is the 12-week year planner. Second place is also, if by default the first place person isn't here, you'll get the first place instead of the second place. The first place winner is Donna Willis from Houston, Texas. Donna, are you here? Comment, say something, anything. Donna Willis, are you here? Going once, going twice. Donna? See here, I know I saw her. Hold on a second. I'm running late, guys, for a meeting. Yay, Donna. Yes. Okay, good. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, Donna, you'll get this. So I think I have your mailing address, but if not, if you can shoot me an email, Donna, with the best mailing address for you, I'll get yours in the mail this week. Okay. Make sure you read the book. Reading the book will be more powerful when you use this by having that, if you haven't already. Awesome. I don't know Michael Hyatt. Then the number one, drum roll, please. And then I got to run. The number one winner who got the homework in and wins the $500 coaching credit with me to be used sometime in 2021 is dun, 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 Julian. I don't know if I'm going to say your last name right. I'm going to butcher it. Julian Palade Hutcherson from California. Julian, Pilate Hutcherson from California. Are you still here, Julian? Want to make sure if you aren't still here. Got a comment, say something. Say something. Yeah, Adil referred Donna, sorry. Adil referred Donna. So, Julian, are you still here? And I know sometimes commenting can be tricky. He's on YouTube, so I don't even know how that works. Julian, are you still in the house? Yay! Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. I'm running late to another meeting, so Julian, I will follow up with you as well. Just give me a day because I'm packed back to back. So looking forward to supporting and serving you. Look forward to talking to you guys soon. Have a great week. Take care. Be well. Be kind to yourself and others, and keep using this information. And stay tuned. I'll be sending out more emails this week, and grateful and honored to have you guys here. Thank you again. Bye-bye for now.